Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of God. Father in heaven, always merciful and giver of life, we humbly ask that you bless each one of us, from the speakers, program committees, guests, and participants. Guide us to make better decisions as we incorporate what we will learn throughout this activity. Thank you for the infinite blessings and countless opportunities. Lord, today as we start our activity, may we always be grateful to learn new things. Shed the light of your wisdom and bless each one, especially our speakers, as they will share their knowledge to us. Through your mercy and grace, may peace and utmost understanding shine and dwell unto us. Almighty God, accompany each one and help us concentrate for us to gain more knowledge as we listen attentively. This we ask in your name. Amen.
Hi everyone! Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat and welcome to another learning session or learning activity offered to you by the Knights of Online Marketers. So our webinar this morning, this webinar was actually a rescheduled webinar kasi supposedly yung ating original schedule was last Wednesday, April 17. So dapat ano siya no, nung Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 o'clock in the evening. But medyo na ano ko kasi no na nakita ko na parang malilate kasi ako on that day na makarating sa Davao City from a speaking engagement sa municipality of Malita in the province of Davao Occidental. Kaya we decided na i-reschedule siya today. Kasi baka nga makarating ako ng Davao like mga by 6:30 in the evening. So medyo ano na din talaga, mag-alanganin na siya, no? So that's why on behalf of the Knights of Online Marketers, we apologize kung may changes na nangyari sa schedule. But again, if in case lang naman na to those who registered, no, last yung sa original schedule tapos hindi talaga sila available this morning to participate, wala namang problema din kasi may recorded version naman din itong webinar na pwede nilang panoorin right after ng ating live streaming. And automatically, even though, like for example, no, sa mga participants natin na if you will register to our future webinars, tapos you availed of the certificate of participation, kahit na hindi rin kayo makapag-join sa live session, automatically makaka-receive din kayo ng certificate. It's because, again, may recorded version naman siya na pwede ninyong panoorin on your available free time. And all of our previously conducted webinars, like since January, for the past like 3 months na mga webinars namin, lahat din yon nasa Facebook page lang namin. Hanapin nyo lang yung Ronald Piper Rambuanga, kung saan din kami nagla-live stream ngayon other than Zoom, kasi nandyan lahat ng mga previously conducted webinars. And if in case you are interested to request for a certificate sa mga previously conducted, pwede rin naman yon. Okay? Because you can always learn from the materials available on our Facebook page. So for today, we are going to focus on a webinar na pwede siyang mabelong sa dalawang categories or even may pangatlong category pa no na pwede. Number one, this is applicable sa aming category about administrative. So if you are an administrative staff or if you are an administrative professional, so beneficial din sa inyo ang ating webinar this morning. Second category na belong din siya sa business. Since nga business communication naman yung pag-uusapan natin. So the second category na identify namin is for business, no, or entrepreneurship. At yung pangatlo, this can also be included sa part ng education, like in the educational na mga establishments, no? So that's why sa mga categories na na-mention na yon, pasok ito. To those na hindi naka-receive ng certificate, meron kaming certificate request form at doon nyo siya kailangan i-request, no? Not directly on me, pwedeng doon sa form mag-fill up so that the staff can process the certificate request. Okay, so let me introduce quickly, no, myself, especially to those na ngayon pa lang nakapag-participate. If this is your first time joining our free webinar, so welcome to KOM or Knights of Online Marketers. My name is Ronald Drambuanga. You can also call me Piper. I am the founder and owner of KOM, and we are a digital enterprise wherein majority of what we are offering are related to the use of ICT or information and communications technology. We are going to turn 10 years this coming July. And for the past 10 years of doing business, meron kaming tatlong major services na ino-offer. Yung pinakauna at kung saan talaga kami nagsimula is yung outsourcing. We are a homegrown BPO company focusing on non-voice, the non-voice sector of the BPO. We are more on doing administrative tasks. Yung mostly, yung tawag talaga sa amin, mga virtual assistants. But in general, we are called virtual professionals. If you are, segue ko na lang, no, if you are interested to become a virtual professional someday, no, if you are planning to build also a digital career, kagaya sa career na meron ako ngayon, meron kaming upcoming na online training program for aspiring Filipinos na gustong maging isang virtual assistant. Pero by next month pa namin siya i-offer. So that's why if you are interested, you can always check our Facebook pages para sa updates ng aming upcoming training. Yung second major service that we are offering naman is yung training. No, so talent development service provider kami. So that's why part of our advocacy-based mission is to provide yung mga free webinars kagaya ng ginagawa natin. 'Di ba? We keep on mentioning this one over and over again na all our webinars are free kasi wala naman kayong binayarang registration fee, no? Anyone can join as long as they are interested for the given topic. And that's for 2 hours. Yung 50 pesos, that's actually an optional fee to those who are interested to avail of a certificate. So that's why kung gusto nyo mag-avail, so magbabayad ng 50 pesos. Pero kung hindi nyo naman kailangan ng certificate, then you can actually join pa rin. So ibig sabihin, everyone is welcome. Kaya nga nagla-live streaming kami publicly through our Facebook page. Hindi lang kami sa Zoom. Kasi syempre yung sa Zoom, ang makakapasok lang are those individuals na merong ID at saka passcode, 'di ba? Kaya somehow para siyang inclusive, no? Para siyang exclusive, I mean. So that's why we are broadcasting as well on our Facebook page so that to those na hindi papasok sa Zoom, pwedeng makinig through Facebook Live. So these are free, and all our upcoming webinars, even until May, available na rin yung schedule namin for May. They are all free. And the third major service that we are offering naman is yung business consultancy, specifically on digital marketing, digitalization, e-commerce, digital payments, at ang ginagamit kong brand for that is yung Ronald Piper Rambuanga. And because we are helping entrepreneurs na i-build yung kanilang business online, we are one of the industrial and developmental partners of Department of Trade and Industry at saka ng Department of ICT. I am a qualified coach and mentor of the Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship, and I am handling modules related to entrepreneurial mindsetting and values formation, marketing mindset, the business model canvas, digitalization, and human resource management. So that's why parang meron na ata kaming mga more than 10 no, na human resource related webinars. Yung iba, previously conducted, yung other naman, scheduled this coming May. So again, if you are interested to join our upcoming na mga webinars, you can always visit our Facebook page and check our schedule. And if you are also interested naman to watch and learn from our previously conducted webinars, pwede rin. Actually, nasa isang Google Sheet lang yon. Nasa isang Google Sheet lang siya na kung saan makikita nyo doon lahat ng aming mga webinars, pati ang link ng mga recorded webinars namin, pati ang presentation na ginamit namin during that particular webinar. So that's why if you want to get a copy of our presentation, lahat ng yun available din. So hintayin nyo na lang na ma-upload namin at ma-update kung ano yung pinaka-latest na natapos na webinar. So yung schedule na yun, yung Google Sheet na kung saan nakalagay ang aming mga schedule, para na rin siyang para siyang one-stop shop na makita doon ang link ng recorded webinar, ang link kung saan mag-request ng certificate, ang link kung saan mag-register for the upcoming webinars, at saka yung link kung saan pwedeng ma-download yung presentation. So meron kaming na-prepare na 3 topics for this morning related to business communication. So the first one will focus on understanding the fundamentals of business communication. So this is about learning the basics, no, of how to talk and on how to write in business. Kasi ang focus kasi natin this morning more on writing. Pero kapag sinabi nating business communication, syempre you also need to speak, 'di ba? You also need to talk. And of course, you also need to write. Pero ang pinaka-focus nga natin as we move forward with our discussion is more on writing. So yung topic number 1, I hope na matutunan natin yung mga bagay-bagay kung paano gumawa ng ng maayos, no? Paano magsulat ng maayos na business communication, like how to be clear, how to be polite, no? How to be professional when we communicate with others. Pag sinabing business communication, it's not only the external, no? The external individuals. Kasi 'di ba pag pumapasok sa isip natin, if we are going to do business communication, ang pumapasok sa isip natin, kakausapin natin yung customer, kakausapin natin yung partners, yung networks, and so on. Tama din naman yon. Pero they are the external. Pero pag sinabing business communication, it also includes the internal. Like yung mga empleyado, co-worker, yung colleague. Just like for example, internal business communication, creating a memo. So that's an example of a business communication internally. At pag-uusapan din natin yan later sa ating presentation. So, hopefully, no, sa topic number 1, ma-discuss at mapag-usapan natin how to be clear, how to be professional when we communicate with others at work. Topic number 2, exploring different forms of business communication. We are going to look at all the different ways, no, or some of the different ways people in business talk to each other. So pwede nating pag-usapan dito sa topic number 2 yung mga like emails, mga meetings, no? Phone calls, something like that, or even posting on social media. Yung mga contents na na ipopost mo on your Facebook pages, that will also serve as a form or way, no, of communicating with other people. Kaya sa topic number 2, let's discover all the different tools that we can use in order for us to communicate with our coworkers, with our customers, and so on. And topic number 3, this is all about strategies for improving writing skills. So this topic is all about like getting better in terms of writing, no? Especially business communication. Actually, sa panahon ngayon, hindi na rin masyadong mahirap, di ba? Gumawa, mag-formulate, mag-proofread ng ating mga sinusulat na business communications. It's because meron na tayong mga tools na pwedeng gamitin para mas ma-improve yung ating mga contents. I'm sure alam nyo kung ang ibig kong sabihin, and that is by using the AI. And I'm sure majority of you ginagamit din yan on our day-to-day activities. Maraming may sabi na yung artificial intelligence daw is a threat, no, to humanity. Pero for me, ako, like for 13 years, no, of being in the outsourcing industry, hindi ko talaga nakikita na threat si AI. It's actually like a benefit. Kasi yung AI na yan, matagal naman talaga natin yang kasama. Siguro hindi lang tayo aware na on a day-to-day activities na ginagawa natin, kasama natin palagi yung AI. Just like for example, every time you are using your Facebook, Facebook is actually using an AI algorithm. Every time that you are watching videos via YouTube, may ginagamit na AI. To be specific, ang tawag doon, machine learning AI. If you are watching movies sa Netflix, kasama natin si AI din. So that's why matagal na nating kasama si AI. So naging threat ba siya for the past years, for the past like decades, di ba? Hindi. Ngayon lang siya mas parang nakilala because of its advancement. Kaya nga we are, kumbaga, dahan-dahan na tayong ini-introduce sa ikalimang industrial revolution. Kasi currently, we are still on the 4th industrial revolution, di ba? Industry 4.0 pa tayo ngayon. Pero dahan-dahan nang ini-introduce sa atin ang Industry 5.0 because of the use of AI. Kaya in terms of creating like mga business communication, in terms of writing business communication, di ba hindi na masyado mahirap nowadays. Kaya kailangan natin pag-aralan paano ba gamitin ng tama the ethical ways of using artificial intelligence. Malaking tulong ng AI, pero you need to consider as well na kailangan i-proofread din natin, kailangan i-edit, kailangan i-customize. Kasi ang pinagkaiba ni AI sa human, sabihin na lang natin matalino talaga siya, no? Napakatalino ng artificial intelligence. Pero wala kasi siyang emotion. No, wala siyang emotional intelligence, wala siyang emotional quotient. Hindi niya kayang mag-empathize, no? Walang nararamdaman 'yun kasi AI nga siya. Kaya yung mga na-generate, like for example, ng ChatGPT, ano siya, kumbaga parang malalalim yung vocabulary. Minsan nga kapag nagpo-post yung kaibigan nyo, masyadong obvious na AI-generated content yon, di ba? Ako marami akong napapansin no, ng mga social media posts na it's very obvious na, na nag-generate lang sila using AI. Especially kapag ang start, we are thrilled to announce, mga ganyan. Kasi yun ang palaging ginagamit ni AI. So that's why every time you make use of the tool, i-customize din naman and put some emotions on it. Especially we are talking about communicating with our clients, with our customers, potential customers, potential clients. Kaya dapat maramdaman nila na parang ikaw pa rin ang gumawa ng content na yon. So as an administrative staff, kunyari meron ditong mga nagtratrabaho as an administrative professional. Baka meron sa inyo dito ang mga business owners na they are planning to build connections, partnerships with other people. Yung guide question natin ngayon, why learning how to write effective business communication is important. So bakit kailangang malaman at maintindihan ng isang business owner, ng isang administrative professional kung paano magsulat ng effective business communication? There's a lot of reasons, no, na pwede nating ma-identify. Pero let's enumerate some na pwede nating gamitin as reasons bakit kailangan nating malaman, no, kung paano magsulat ng effective business communication. Very obvious naman din na when you write well, people can understand what you're saying, no, without any form of confusion. So an effective business communication, dapat clear siya, no, para maiwasan na magkaroon ng misunderstanding. At para kumbaga parang smooth sailing yung mga transaction. So that's why you need to learn how to write effective business communication so that the recipient of that message can easily understand what you are saying. Like for example, ang isang manager magbibigay ng instruction sa kanyang subordinates or sa kanyang team members. So 'di ba kung in a form of writing yan, kung isusulat siya via email, kung clear, no, ang nakasulat doon, the colleague, the subordinate or the team member can easily understand it. Ang ano din kasi, ang effective business communication, makakatulong din kasi yan to help us connect with others. We can easily build relationship with other people, no? If effective or good ang communication na ginagawa natin, whether it's through emails, no, or by sending letters, or even by presenting reports. Always remember this one. How you write can make people trust and respect you more. And in terms of doing business, no, relationships are key to your success. That's why we need to learn how to write or how to make na lang, no? Kasi pag we can also discuss about talking, no, yung speaking. Kaya kailangan nating maintindihan how to create effective business communication. At since na-mention natin kanina about ano, 'di ba, na kapag magsusulat ka ng maayos, 'di ba na-mention ko kanina na people can easily understand what you're saying, 'di ba? Tapos walang confusion na mangyayari. And because of that, yung mga task matatapos ng mabilis, 'di ba? Effective communication gets things done faster. If you can explain what you need clearly, no, people are more likely to respond quickly as well and do what you are asking na gawin para sa kanila. Effective business communication. And for the rest of our presentation, pag-uusapan natin yung other important highlights na kailangan kong i-share para sa ating webinar this morning. Now, let's start with the first topic, which is all about understanding the fundamentals of business communication. Meron tayong 3 subtopics dito na i-prepare, no? Of course, hindi mawawala yung definition of business communication. We need to also understand ano ba yung business, ano ba yung communication, and what is business communication. Second subtopic is all about the importance of effective business communication. This is about, kumbaga, why it's important to be good, no? At business communication. Kasi nga, when you communicate well at work, obviously things will run smoothly. So let's identify some of its many importance. And then the third subtopic for topic number 1, ano-ano ba yung mga key components ng isang effective business communication? Na-mention na natin yung, na-mention ko somehow through my explanation earlier yung ilan sa mga components like being clear, no? Being clear, that's one of the many na pwede nating ma-consider para yung message na gusto nating i-deliver mas madaling maintindihan. 'Di ba? Some of the key components as well na na-mention ko kanina yung like being polite, no? Professional, respectful. And we are going to discuss further on that on the third subtopic. Now let's start with this subtopic, which is all about the definition of business communication. Pero let's start muna in terms of defining separately. No, i-separate muna natin yung dalawa. Let's define business and then let's define communication. So kapag sinabi nating business, kumbaga para siyang it's like a big group project wherein a lot of individuals will come together, no, magsama-sama sila, or pwede din namang isa lang siya if that's a single ownership business. Pero it's kumbaga people are coming together para mag-create sila, no, mag-develop ng kanilang product or service. Of course, ibenta nila ang na-develop nilang product in order for them to earn profit or magkaroon ng revenue. So kapag sinabi nating business, these are organized efforts and activities that an individual or group of individuals are doing in exchange of profit. So ibig sabihin, walang nagnenegosyo na walang goal na kumita ng pera. Kasi that's the reason why kung bakit ka nag-business. It's different from a charitable work, no? Because if you are not going to identify clearly if profitable ba yan, wag ka na lang mag-business. So kapag sinabi nating business, you are going to plan, implement, organize efforts and activities in exchange of profit. Kaya papasok nga dito yung pagde-develop ng product, pag-sell ng product, and so on. Kapag sinabi naman nating communication, this is how we share ideas. This is how we share information with each other. Pag sinabing communication, it's not just about talking. Kapag sinabing communication, hindi lang dapat puro lang salita ng salita yung isang tao, no, sa kanyang kinakausap. Communication also refers to listening. You are not a good communicator if you are not attentively listening to the person that you are talking to. May mga ganyan kasing tao, no, na parang ayaw kanyang pagbigyan na magsalita. Yung parang gusto niya, habang nag-uusap kayo, siya lang yung salita ng salita. So that person is not a good communicator kasi ang nangyari, parang one-way approach lang siya. So that's why pag sinabing communication, it's not just about talking, no? It will also involve like listening, no? Kailangan makinig ka. And of of course, it also involves writing. Kaya nga we are going to talk about writing business communication. At meron din tayong tinatawag na mga body language, no? Kumbaga, you can even make use of your gestures to express something, no? Yung mga hand movements mo, facial expressions mo, that's also part of what we call communication. Now, let's define, kasi na-define na natin siya individually, no? Si business, it's all about planning and implementing organized efforts in exchange of profit para kumita ng pera. Pag sinabi naman natin communication, this is how we share ideas with each other. Kaya kapag sinabi nating business communication, this is how businesses communicate effectively in order for them to get things done according to the plan, no? According to what are the organizational goals and objectives. So business communication is like the language of a company. No, it's how everyone in the business will talk to each other. It is how everyone in the business will talk to people outside of the company. That's what I mentioned earlier na hindi lang internal, hindi lang external, pati na rin internal. And business communication can happen in different ways, like emails, meetings, no, reports, presentations, social media posts, and so on. The goal ng business communication is to simply help the business to become successful. Effective business communication, pwedeng magkaroon ng sales, no? You can make sales. You can solve problems. You can make connections with customers and partners. So that's why, na-mention natin kanina na to those who are managing their own businesses, if you are a business owner, or if you are working in a company or in a business, it is very important for us to understand and to learn and understand business communication, no? So let's give some scenario. Kasi na-mention natin about, di ba naka-mention tayo dito sa second sentence na this includes things like emails, meetings, reports, presentations, and even social media post, no? So imagine yourself, no, na isa kang empleyado. You are an administrative staff sa isang company na busy. Kumbaga parang halos araw-araw ang dami-daming mga task na kailangang i-complete, no? So like for example, you are working in an office and then isang araw, your team, yung team kung saan ka na-involve, you need to finish a big project, no? Pero masyadong tight ang deadline. So that's the scenario. Kumbaga, busy kayo. Tapos suddenly yung team niyo kailangan merong tapusin na malaking project. Tapos malapit na yung deadline or ilang days lang yung binigay na panahon, no? Ilang days lang yung binigay para tapusin yung big project na yon. So here's how business communication will play out. Email. 'Di ba? So you will receive an email from your boss, from your supervisor, no? Depende who is the project manager of this big project na na-mention natin kanina. So yung email, you will receive an email from that person na naka-outline ang project details. Naka-receive ka ng email na kung saan meron doong assignment. Nakalagay doon ang delegation of tasks sa different team members. And then, kailangan mong mag-respond to that. You need to reply to that email to confirm na naintindihan mo yung role mo. So that is an effective business communication. Pag mayroon kang na-receive na email, you need to acknowledge it, especially kapag mga delegation of task, kagaya ng naibigay natin na scenario. kailan papasok ang meeting, no? Siyempre, your team, siyempre kayo yung in charge of that big project, will hold a meeting para mag-brainstorm kayo ng mga ideas, para maka-create kayo ng plano, maayos na plano for that project. And each single person or each team or every single team member will share their thoughts, no? Will share their suggestions. And then together, they will come up with a strategy paano ba magagawa ang project na ito. So doon papasok yung effective na business communication. Kailangan every single person, kailangan i-encourage to speak out. Kaya kung sino yung presider or yung nagfa-facilitate ng meeting, kailangan niya talagang i-roll call isa-isa, tawagin isa-isa, para yung mga introvert or yung mga individuals na merong inferiority complex, yung mahiyain, meron naman silang ideas na nasa isip nila pero wala silang confidence to speak out. Pero the moment na tatawagin siya ng presider, makakapagsalita naman siya para ma-build ang effective business communication. And then reports. Siyempre, as the project will progress, kailangan nating irregular update yung progress ng report, no? Report about the project. Kasi every time that we are updating it, makakatulong ito para everyone na involved sa project na yon, they are always keep informed, no? Kumbaga parang alam nila kung ano ang nangyayari. And if there are adjustments na kailangan gawin, aware din sila. And then presentations. Kapag natapos na yung project, syempre yung team magbibigay ng presentation to the rest of the company team members, no? Para ma-showcase yung kanilang trabaho. At sa presentation na yan, para makapag-communicate sila ng maayos to the rest of the company members, syempre gagamit yan sila ng mga mga pie chart, in presenting data, bar graph, visual aid kung baga. Iha-highlight yung achievement, merong explanation of the project success, and so on. So pumapasok doon ang business communication. And then social media, syempre, kumbaga, if the project is pwedeng i-announce yung success niya, then the company will post about it on social media, on their Facebook pages, LinkedIn pages, to simply celebrate the accomplishment of that particular project and para mas maka-attract pa sila ng mga potential clients na interested doon sa ginawa nilang project. So that's why effective business communication, very important talaga siya or essential in order for us to coordinate tasks to each team member. Effective business communication is important in order for us to share ideas, to track our progress. And syempre, ang pinaka-end goal talaga ng isang effective business communication is to achieve the success, no, of a particular project. Now, let's proceed on identifying some, no, of the many importance of effective business communication. Na-mention natin kanina yung clarity, no? Effective business communication will minimize misunderstanding. It will foster productivity within the workplace and so on. Di ba? Yun yung mga iilan sa mga na-mention natin kanina. Tapos, effective business communication as well will help us build strong relationships with our customers, with our clients, with the stakeholders, with the employees. That's why overall, it will contribute to the success and growth of the company. Now, let's identify some, no? Let's clearly state on the presentation and let's discuss it individually. Meron meron akong inilagay dito na a total of 5, no? 5 importance of an effective business communication. So we have clarity. Number 2 is efficiency. Number 3 is team collaboration. Number 4 is customer satisfaction. And number 5 is problem resolution. So let's start with the first one, which is all about clarity. Siyempre, no, in the workplace, in your day-to-day working environment, when instructions are given, when instructions are provided, no, na clear siya, then everyone knows what to do. Alam nila kung ano yung gagawin nila. If the instructions are clear, maiiwasan ang mga misunderstandings. Ma-minimize ang pagkakaroon ng mga errors. So like for example, sa isang restaurant, no, sa isang restaurant or sa isang food na establishment, clear communication will make sure na each staff of the restaurant, like the chef, no, the server, the waiter, understands the orders of their customers clearly. Kung maayos na naisulat ng waiter, no, yung magre-receive ng order, pag naisulat niya ng maayos yung order na in-order ng customer, 'di ba? Pag merong clear communication at na-transfer na yung order sa kitchen, kapag clear 'yon, maiiwasan na magkakaroon ng pagkakamali sa order na isi-serve. Kasi may mga special instructions minsan yung ating mga customers. Kunyari, if the food is spicy, baka pwedeng medyo spicy lang siya at hindi siya ganun ka-spicy. That's an example of a special instruction na kailangan i-communicate clearly ng waiter to the chef or to the cook or depende kung sino mag-prepare nun para maiwasan ang mistake at para maka-guarantee na ang customer will get the right order of the food na gusto niya talagang kainin. That's why effective business communication, clarity is important. We mentioned here sa pangalawa yung efficiency. Obviously, no, kahit na hindi na natin masyadong i-discuss, efficient communication will always save time, effort, and even resources. Kasi di ba kung nagbigay ka ng clear instruction, kapag efficient yung communication, hindi ka pa ulit-ulit na magbibigay ng instruction sa taong yun. So like for instance, no, sa kunyari sa isang team like project management team, clear communication about deadlines, clear communication about responsibilities will prevent delays, no, in the accomplishment of the task. Kapag clear ang communication, maiiwasan yung mga unnecessary na mga task na dapat hindi na gawin. And because of that, dahil clear ang instruction, clear ang communication, clear ang pag-explain ng deadline, pag-delegate ng task, ma-accomplish yung mga task na yon ng mas mabilis. Kaya mas makasave ng time, makapag-save ng effort, even the resources na ina-allocate natin, makakasave din tayo. That's why pasok ang efficiency. Because efficient communication will save time and resources. The third importance na pwede nating makonsider related to business communication is yung team collaboration. Kapag effective ang communication, it will promote, it will foster teamwork, di ba? It will create a positive work environment kapag effective ang communication na ginagawa natin. Anong ibig sabihin ng team collaboration? Ano ang point natin dito when we speak of it fosters collaboration and teamwork? Kasi kapag effective ang communication, kapag merong open communication, it will allow each member of the team, for example, to share their ideas freely. Kumbaga parang nararamdaman nila na yung ideas na i-share nila will be respected, will be valued by the team. Kapag may effective communication, mas mararamdaman nila na it's okay to share. And because of that, dahil ang bawat member ng team, they are communicating openly to each other, it will lead to better collaboration. They can create innovative solutions to problems. Kaya napaka-importante ng tinatawag nating effective communication, especially in terms of doing business. The fourth importance of business communication is customer satisfaction. So, easy to understand naman, no? Yung pang-apat natin na importance. Siyempre, kailangan masatisfy si customer or si client. Paano siya masasatisfy? One way na pwede natin gawin is to offer good communication. Kasi ang good communication with them, no, kapag merong efficient, effective, good communication with our customers, it will surely build trust. So yung customer, si client, tataas yung trust rating na ibibigay niya sa atin. And because of that, pag may trust, magkakaroon ng relationship. Diba? Tapos, good communication will also create more sales in the future. Like for example, sa isang retail store, no, sa isang retail store, kapag clear ang communication ng salesperson, no, nung salesperson doon sa customer, especially with the product features. Kumbaga magpa-product demonstration ba, parang ganyan. Kapag clear ang communication sa pag-explain about the product features, 'di ba ang customer mas mafe-feel niya na para siyang kumbaga mas informed siya, tapos mas magiging satisfied siya sa purchase na gagawin niya. It's because again, the features of the product were clearly communicated by the salesperson. So may satisfaction na mangyayari. And if the customer is satisfied with the first purchase, anong mangyayari? There's a higher possibility na tataas din ang loyalty. Pag sinabing loyalty, magiging magiging repeat customer na siya. Bibili at bibili na yan siya palagi sa inyo. Kasi trusted na nga kayo, di ba? Meron na silang trust in your brand. Tapos yung mga repeat customers natin in the future, no, magiging din yan sila, brand advocate. Ibig sabihin, sila na mismo yung mag-refer sa kanilang mga friends about your business. That's why it is important to have an effective business communication. And the last one that we can identify is problem resolution. Kapag clear ang communication, it will help na ma-resolve ang mga issues on a smooth sailing manner. No, mas madaling nabibigyan ng solusyon ang mga problema. Mas madaling na-solve or nare-resolve ang mga disputes. Kung merong complaints, nabibigyan ka agad ng action. And that is through an effective communication. Nakalagay dito, strong communication skills help in addressing conflicts and resolving issues swiftly. Kunyari sa isang customer service department ng isang business, no, may customer service representative sila. Being able to listen actively and communicate clearly will enable the customer service representative to address the complaints effectively by the customers. Lalo na yung sa mga, di ba, sa mga, I'm sure nakarinig na kayo or nakabasa, nakapanood ng isang scenario, no, sa isang call center. Set up na merong isang customer na nagrereklamo about the services na ino-offer ng isang business, no? So tumawag sa hotline number, sa toll-free number, nag-file ng complaint. Kung ang customer service representative on the other line, kumbaga meron siyang strong communication skill, mas madali niyang ma-address yung complaint ng customer na yun. Mas effective niyang ma-address ang complaint na yun. And because of that, the customer will become happy. Kasi magiging satisfied siya. Kasi nagkaroon ng solution yung kanyang problem. And because of that, ang company itself or yung mismong business magkakaroon ng positive reputation sa end ng customer na yun. So that's why problem resolution is an importance that we can consider in terms of effective business communication. Now, let's identify the different key components of effective business communication. Bakit ba kailangan nating i-identify ang mga key components na to? Bakit importante? For a very simple reason. Ang key components kasi na ma-identify ninyo, pwede siyang ma-consider na framework, no? Para siyang magiging framework or magiging pattern ng inyong operation in terms of interaction within the workplace. Kumbaga parang kung alam niyo ang key components of effective business communication in your working environment, magkakaroon kayo ng clear, magkakaroon kayo ng concise, magkakaroon ng professional interaction internally and externally. Kaya if you will understand more yung mga components na yon, it will help you, no, to deliver, to convey the message accurately. Kumbaga, kung meron kang gustong i-broadcast, meron kang gustong i-deliver na message, mas ma-deliver mo ito accurately. Mas ma-deliver mo ito ng clear. And because of that, it will foster understanding and cooperation among team members or the stakeholders involved. Kaya kailangan nating i-master yung mga components na yon para mas ma-enhance yung productivity ng business, ma-minimize yung misunderstanding. At saka yung na-mention natin kanina about problem resolution, ma-maintain natin ang positive reputation ng ating business kung saang industry ka man na belong. Okay? So let's identify like a total of 9 components, no? 9 components, key components. Ito yung magiging parang framework ninyo, ha, no? So pero although per business, pwede namang i-customize. I mean, kasi baka yung negosyo ninyo, yung working environment ninyo, mas meron pa silang na-identify na other components, then pwede nyong i-embrace or i-adapt yun. So let's start with the first 3 components, no, of an effective business communication. First one here, clarity. So messages should be clear, concise, and easy to understand to avoid confusion or misinterpretation. So imagine, may isang team leader na nagbibigay ng instructions sa isang panibagong project. So instead na gagamit si team leader ng mga complex na mga language, pwede siyang mag-outline ng project goals, mag-outline ng deadlines, ng task delegation in a straightforward manner to make sure that every team member will understand their task without any confusion. So dapat straightforward na ang pagbigay ng mga inputs related to that new project para merong clarity. Conciseness. Communicate the message efficiently without unnecessary jargon or wordiness. Si artificial intelligence, no, si AI, every time nga na nag-generate siya, di ba minsan masyadong malalalim, no, yung vocabulary, may jargon, masyadong mahaba. Kaya yung isa sa mga command prompt, so this is just a tip, no, especially if you are using like ChatGPT, kailangan nyo kasing pag-aralan yung mga tinatawag na mga prompts or mga command prompts. Kaya pwedeng gamitin yung mga prompts like, kunyari, meron kang inutos kay ChatGPT na mag-generate ng ganitong content, you can always give an instruction clearly, clarity, no, to AI, to ChatGPT. Pwede mong ilagay doon, please make use of easy to understand words. Kailangan ilagay yan sa ChatGPT para yung mga words na gagamitin niya, concise, no? Kumbaga parang hindi masyadong malalalim yung gagamitin na vocabulary. Kumbaga para siyang pangmasa, parang ganyan. Kapag meron kang ilalagay na command prompt na please use easy to understand words or make use of simple words para yung gagamitin yung mga words clear, no? Concise. Like for example, conciseness, no? Kunyari merong business meeting. So merong business meeting tapos yung manager nag-provide siya ng concise summary of the first quarter report, no? January to March of 2024. So ang gagawin ng manager na nagpro-provide ng concise summary of the quarterly report, magfo-focus na lang yan siya sa mga key metrics, no? Sa mga trends na na-identify. Kumbaga highlights na lang. Para hindi masyadong overwhelming sa mga audience na nakikinig. Kasi kung masyadong lengthy yung explanation ng quarterly report na yon, baka hindi na masyadong efficient yung pag-convey or pag-deliver ng message. That's why you always need to provide concise message para effective ang communication. Kaya kung magre-report kayo, for example, sa business, just focus on the key metrics so that everyone can easily understand and can adopt or grasp the main points of the report efficiently. Mamaya may presentation tayo about kumbaga tips or guide on creating a good report. The third key component of business communication is audience awareness. Understand the audience background, needs, and preferences to tailor the message appropriately. So halimbawa, merong isang audience awareness, no. Sa marketing, merong isang marketing team na nagka-craft or nagpaplano ng isang advertisement. So magpaplano sila like Facebook ads or billboard ads, it depends, no. Pero meron silang pinaplanong advertisement. They need to consider the demographics, no? They need to consider the preferences of their target audience. Kasi nga audience awareness. Kailangan maintindihan natin what are their preferences. Kaya yung marketing team na nagpaplano for an advertisement, pwede silang mag-craft, no, mag-tailor ng message, pati mga images na mag-resonate sa specific interest ng mga customers nila. Kasi na-identify na kunyari, eto yung mga needs. Kasi you need to understand the needs and preference. So, after mong na-identify, what will happen? Mas makaka-create ka ng maayos na message, maka-layout ng magandang graphics na related sa specific needs, sa specific preference ng audience mo. Kailangan mo kasing i-identify muna yun so that you can make sure that the advertisement that you are going to create relevant to your target audience. Kaya in order for you to communicate what you want to deliver, if you want to communicate it to a particular person, you need to identify first ano yung preference nila. Like for example, there are people na kumbaga parang nagpapanik if someone will call them. Di ba may mga taong ganyan na kapag may tumawag sa cellphone nila, tapos number lang yung nag-appear, minsan hindi sinasagot because they are more, kumbaga parang comfortable kapag through chat or non-voice lang, kumbaga text or chat. Pero pag voice na, medyo kinakabahan sila, no? Ayaw nilang entertain and so on. So if the preference of that person is non-voice, then if it is possible, then provide it to deliver and to create an effective business communication nga. Ang 4, 5, and 6 na components, active listening. Ito na-mention ko na sa inyo kanina, no, na kapag sinabing communication, if you are a good communicator, hindi ka lang dapat salita ng salita. You also need to listen to that particular person. You need to pay attention to what others are saying. Like for example, meron kayong brainstorming na session. So team members will actively listen to each other's ideas dapat. Pag may kasi nagbe-brainstorming kayo. So every single member of the team, kapag may nagsasalita, may isang taong nag-share ng kanyang idea, all team members must actively listen to that person. And then once na natapos na siyang nagsalita, pwede nang magtanong ng mga clarifying questions. Pwede nang mag-provide ng constructive feedback after sharing ng idea na yon. Kasi if we are going to engage in active listening, we can make sure, no, or merong guarantee na yung input ng bawat isa is being heard, being valued. No? Kaya kung mararamdaman ng bawat isang team member na yung ideas nila are valued, it will lead to a more, kumbaga parang effective team. They can think more creatively, they can innovate more, no? Maka-come up sila ng effective solutions and so on. Active listening. Every time you communicate, you also need to listen. Feedback mechanism. So, di ba na-mention ko kanina sa active listening, like during brainstorming, pag after mong nakinig, mag-provide ka ng constructive na feedback. Establish channels for receiving and providing feedback to improve communication processes continuously. So ano yung mga pwedeng gawin? Kasi establish channels. So pwedeng anong tawag dyan? Yung suggestion box. So sa loob ng opisina ninyo, pwedeng maglagay ng suggestion box para sa mga empleyado na gustong mag-provide ng feedback. Pwedeng anonymous kasi pwedeng hindi nila ilagay yung pangalan nila. So pwedeng maglagay ng suggestion box for the employees. Iba din ang suggestion box intended for the customers. Siyempre, meron ding sariling feedback yung mga clients and customers natin. So that's an example channel na pwede ninyong gawin. Kasi nga may mga taong nahihiyang i-voice out yung kanilang gustong sabihin. Kaya pwedeng sulatin, ihulog sa suggestion box. And then kailangan yung taong in charge of reviewing yung mga nare-receive na feedback sa suggestion box, after nilang na-review, kailangang i-address kung ano man ang nakasulat doon. If that's a suggestion ng isang empleyado, baka pwedeng i-consider. If it is a negative comment, then gagamitin siya para mas mag-improve sa ating mga practices. Kasi ang feedback mechanism in terms of effective business communication, mag-create kasi siya ng culture of open communication. Tsaka yung suggestion box, di ba, it will create an environment for continuous improvement ng company or ng business, di ba? Kaya effective business communication, feedback mechanism can be considered as a key component. Number 6, empathy. So ito na yung wala si ano no, ito yung wala si AI, no? Wala siyang empathy. Show empathy and understanding towards others' perspectives and emotions to build trust and rapport. For example, sa isang customer service na interaction, tapos may kausap siya sa kabilang linya na customer. Tapos etong customer na to, frustrated siya, no? Kumbaga parang sabihin na lang natin ISP or internet service provider. Tapos for how many days? For like 3 days already, wala pa rin silang internet connection. So di ba magrereklamo yung customer, yung subscriber na nagbabayad ako, pero bakit ganito 3 days na ang nakalipas, wala pa rin kaming internet. So yung customer maglalabas ngayon ng frustration. Si customer service representative ang makaka-receive nun. So ang kailangan gawin ni customer service, speaking of empathy or in the context of empathy, kailangan niyang i-acknowledge, no, yung frustration na yon. Kaya in order for that customer service representative na ma-show niya yung empathy and understanding, magbi-build siya ng rapport doon sa customer na yon. Kumbaga parang somehow i-reassure niya na yung kanyang issue, yung issue na na-raise will be resolved promptly and effectively. Pero make sure na every time you show empathy, every time you show kumbaga your support, no, if you acknowledge the feeling of that customer, kailangan i-make sure din yun na hindi kayo mag-over-promise to the customer. Para lang kumbaga para lang gumaan yung loob niya, no, mag-over-promise ka tapos madi-disappoint pa siya lalo. And that's why consider empathy as a key component of an effective business communication. The last 3 that we can consider, no, yung 7, 8, and 9, timeliness. So deliver messages promptly to ensure relevance and effectiveness. Lalong-lalo na sa mga nagbebenta, no, sa mga businesses na merong e-commerce strategies. Like for example, meron sa inyo ang nag-online selling. Tapos nagbenta kayo ng product ninyo sa Facebook Marketplace. Tapos merong nag-PM. Hi, I am interested to order, or hi, available pa ba ito? Tapos matagal kang nag-reply, no? So there's a possibility na nakahanap na yan siya ng ibang supplier kapag magre-reply ka ng 4 hours after na i-send yung message. 'Di ba? So that's why sa online sa online selling or yung sa tinatawag na nating e-commerce, it always requires mataas na response rate so that you can deliver the message promptly para relevant ka pa. Kasi nga baka pag nag-reply ka na, after 4 hours, nag-reply ka, kunyari ang sabi niya, hi, paano mag-order ng 10 kilo ng tableya? Like for example, meron palang isang coffee shop. Naghahanap ng supplier ng tableya for their choco drinks. Tapos naghahanap ng 10 kilos yung coffee shop na yon. Tapos nag-search sila sa Facebook Marketplace. Nakita yung pinost mo doon kaya nag-message sila. gustong mag-order ng 10 kilos, pero nag-reply ka nga after 4 hours, hindi na relevant. Kasi baka nakahanap na nga yan sila ng ibang supplier nila. Consistency, so maintain consistency in messaging across different channels. Kailangan ma-maintain kasi ng isang business ang consistent branding sa website, sa social media, or even sa kanilang mga marketing collaterals. Kasi para mas ma-enhance yung brand recognition, no? Consistent. Kumbaga parang mag-identify kayo as a business, no? Ano ang messaging tool na pwede nyong gamitin para doon mas-centralize lahat ng communication. Pwedeng mag-identify, for example, Viber. So gagamitin ng company, ng business na yan is Viber. Kaya kung magpo-post sa website, ang nakalagay doon, please message us on Viber. Pag magpo-post sila sa FB, ang sasabihin nila, please message us on Viber. Pag magpo-post sa Instagram, may nakalagay na call to action, please message us on Viber. So consistent na Viber ang ginagamit nila for messaging. Kaya lahat ng magsisend ng message through Viber. So centralized. May database na sila ng lahat ng conversation na nare-receive nila from different channels na meron sila. And the last one is adaptability. Be flexible and adaptable sa iba't ibang mga communication style or mga communication tactics. Kailangan kasi yung style or tactics na gagamitin natin to in terms of communicating internally and externally, yung kumbaga yung style na ma-meet din natin kung ano yung preference nila. Kasi kung magiging adaptable tayo, we can easily build rapport. And we can easily foster mutual understanding. Kaya yung magiging outcome, successful. Like for example, you are negotiating with someone. You are negotiating, business ka. You are the seller. Tapos you are negotiating to a customer. Like for example, with the language that you are going to use. No? So, kailangan maging adaptable ka. Kunyari, you are talking to an Ilocano. Halimbawa lang naman, no, may business ka, tapos nalaman mo na Ilocano yung taong yon. Then, if you can converse using Ilocano or Bisaya or Ilonggo, if that's the preference of that customer, yun ang gamitin mo. Kasi baka naman, nagtatagalog yung customer, no? Nagbibisaya, nag-Ilocano yung, tapos ikaw English ka pa rin ng English. You cannot relate anymore to the negotiating process, di ba? Mas mararamdaman kasi ng customer if you will adapt to the language that they are using. Di ba? Kasi minsan, pinipilit mong yung sarili mo na mag-English, minsan hindi rin masyado naintindihan, di ba? Wordiness na may mga jargon na, di ba dapat clear, clarity, yung first component. So you need to adapt, no, in terms of communicating to people. Okay, so these are just some of the components na pwede nating ma-consider. There are a lot more na pwede ninyong ma-discover someday, pero doon na lang tayo, medyo madami na rin yung 9, di ba, na key components. Just review it, no, pag na-receive na ninyo yung presentation na ginamit natin ngayong umagang ito. Now, let's proceed on our topic number 2. And this is all about exploring different forms of business communication. So, eto yung mga na-identify ko na magandang, at least man lang magandang pag-usapan, no? Ano ba yung email etiquette since we are now on the digital landscape, no? Kumbaga parang we are now using ICT on a regular basis. May easy access na sa internet. May easy access sa technology. So that's why we also need to learn the best practices for email etiquette. Actually, this coming, kasegue pa ako, this coming May, meron kaming webinar about email management for administrative professionals. So parang related siya dito sa email etiquette, no? So how are you going to manage your inbox? Like if you are a secretary of a CEO, you are the executive assistant. So you also need to learn how to manage your boss email or inbox, di ba? Kaya meron kami yan sa May. I forgot the exact date. Just check our schedule for about email management. So email etiquette, this is all about learning the polite and proper ways to write emails in the context of doing business. No, pag-uusapan natin diyan yung mga dapat clear ang subject lines, no? Concise, babalik tayo ulit doon sa mga key components na yon, no? Being respectful and so on. Kumbaga, pag sinabi nating email etiquette, it's like knowing the rules, no? Before sending messages online, especially if it is related to work. Thank you very much, sir. No? Sa May 3 pala yung ating email management from 10 a.m. to 12. Thank you for that. Second subtopic, writing memos and reports. Ito somehow applicable to sa mga offices, no? Kasi yung, alam naman natin, no, na kapag sinabing memorandum or memos, they are like mga short messages lang naman to, no? Short messages na pinapadala natin within a company. Kung ang memorandum, no, kung ang memo, mga short messages sila, opposite naman yung reports. Kasi yung reports, mga mahahabang documents yon that explains everything in details. So that's why it's different. Memos are short messages while reports are longer documents. Kasi nga ini-explain every single detail sa report. So hopefully, etong topic natin ito, makashare ako sa inyo ng inputs on how to write memos, how to write documents or reports ng clear and on a professional way para mas maintindihan kaagad yung information na gusto nating i-deliver. Kumbaga parang parang it's like learning how to write notes. It's like learning how to write notes for memos or writing essays for work kapag sinabi nating report. And the third one is crafting effective presentation, especially during business meeting or client presentation. Kasi, di ba, when you stand in front of a group of people and you start talking a specific topic, kailangan ng presentation, just like this one I am using right now, di ba? Or kung may time pa talaga kayo, kailangan, talaga siya yung more on visuals. Especially yung kapag mahahabang mga learning sessions like half day, like 4 hours or whole day na mga workshops or seminars. Di ba if you will participate sa isang whole day, hindi ka talaga yan attentive for the rest of the day. No, nababawasan kasi yung attention span. Kaya dapat yung mga resource speakers sa mga seminars, congress, conferences, they need to create visually appealing na mga presentations. Para at least makuha pa rin natin yung interest and attention ng mga nakikinig sa atin. If you will craft an effective presentation, it's like learning how to tell to the audience a good story para mas madali ilang maintindihan. Okay? So now let's start with email etiquette and ano ba yung mga best practices na pwede nating i-consider. Kapag sinabi nating email etiquette, so it simply refers to the guidelines, no? It refers to the rules na kailangan nating gawin kung paano tayo mag-communicate, paano tayo mag-behave every time we are using our email. Consider dito yung paggamit ng tamang tone, yung format of the email, yung content of course. At saka yung na-mention natin kanina na timeliness, if you remembered, no? Because pasok dito sa email etiquette yung how you are going to promptly respond to emails. If you are going to follow kasi itong mga email etiquettes na to, magkakaroon talaga ng effective communication. Wherein yung communication na yan, clear, no? makikita natin yung respect, yung efficiency, and so on. Ang pinaka-aim kasi ng email etiquette is simply to facilitate clear, respectful, and efficient communication while minimizing misunderstandings and conflict. So like for example, magbigay tayo ng mga business scenario wherein email etiquette is applicable. Kunyari merong isang empleyado na kailangang i-email ang isang client kasi magkakaroon ng delay sa pag-deliver ng project. So merong project na sa tingin nila, yung project manager na identify niya na hindi natin kayang ma-achieve on the deadline given to us by the client. So kailangan ninyong mag-email kay client para i-inform siya about the delay. So that's why kung ipapasok natin yung email etiquette doon, that employee, yung project manager o kung sino man yung in charge of sending the email to the client, magsisimula dapat yung email niya with a polite greeting. Dapat polite na kaagad. Sa first line pa lang ng email, mag-greet siya on a polite manner. Tapos kailangan i-address kaagad or i-mention yung client's name. Kailangan personalize. Yung first line, mababasa dapat kaagad doon yung pangalan ng client para maramdaman ng client na talagang para sa kanya yung letter, yung email na yon. So start with a polite greeting, address the client by name. And then, habang nag-create ka na ng email mo, kung ikaw yung nautusang mag-email, then you can clearly explain the reason. You need to clearly explain the reason for the delay. And after providing the reason for the delay, you need to provide a realistic timeline for completion. Ibig sabihin, kumbaga, dahil in-explain mo yung mga factors kung bakit nagkaroon ng delay, dapat magpro-provide ka ng next deadline, next parang date of submission, pero dapat realistic na. Hindi dapat na nagbigay ka ng deadline tapos on that new deadline, madedelay na naman kayo. Baka ma-frustrate na talaga si client. Kaya the moment you explain the reason for the delay, the next thing that you need to do is to provide a realistic timeline for completion. At habang ginagawa mo yung email, you need to maintain professional tone throughout the email. Tapos, you need to offer any necessary na mga apologies. Kasi may inconvenience na nangyari sa side ni client, di ba? So you need to sincerely ask for an apology of the delay. And you need to end your email na somehow, kasi di ba kanina, polite yung greetings mo kay client. Tapos in-address mo siya ng by name, di ba? So kailangan, tatapusin mo rin yung email mo in a courteous manner din. You can end the email with a courteous closing. Tapos, you can also kumbaga parang encourage the client. Baka meron siyang further questions or concerns about the delay about informing the client the delay. So that's an example of an email etiquette para lang ma-maintain natin yung effective business communication. So ngayon, mag-identify tayo na ano ba yung mga best practices na pwede nating gawin. So meron lang tayong 4, I believe meron lang tayong 4 na best practices that you can consider for email etiquette. Number 1, the first one is for you to make a clear and descriptive na subject line. This will help the recipient, kung sino man ang makaka-receive ng email niyo, maintindihan niya yung purpose of that particular email. Kumbaga, mas mabilis niyang maintindihan sa subject line pa lang, alam niya na kaagad kung ano ang magiging content ng email na yon. Kapag clear and descriptive ang subject line ng inyong email, there's a higher possibility na bubuksan siya and babasahin at sasagutin ng recipient on a prompt basis. So that's why always make sure na mag-create kayo ng clear and descriptive subject line. Like for example, we are talking about, di ba, yung may delay sa submission, no, of the project output, no? So kung gagawa tayo ng email, pwedeng ang subject line natin dyan is something like ganito: proposal, submission, deadline, extension request. Something like that, no? That's a clear and descriptive subject line. Kumbaga parang the content of that email, pag nabasa yun ng client, no, alam niya na kaagad na, hindi nila ma-submit on the deadline at nagre-request sila ng extension. Like proposal or proposal submission deadline, extension request. So clear kaagad. Huwag din masyadong mahaba ha, because if your subject line is too lengthy, kung masyadong mahaba, mapuputol din kasi na nababawasan yung interest nila. Mapag-uusapan natin yan, no? Sa May 3, di ba? Sa email management, kasi nakafocus tayo on email management lang talaga na discussion. Second best practice is dapat gamitin mo yung professional tone, no? So maintaining kasi a professional tone in emails will convey respect, will convey professionalism. Kapag professional tone yung gagamitin nyo, it will contribute to a more positive relationship. At maglilid sa effective na business communication. Alam nyo kasi, lalong-lalo na kapag first time ninyong nakausap through email, no, yung taong yun, mas maganda kasi that you need to start with the highest level of courtesy or with the highest form of professionalism. Meron kaming previously conducted webinar about ethics and professionalism in the workplace. Panoorin nyo rin yun ha for additional input. Mas maganda kasing magsimula with the highest form. I mean, the first time mo kasi siyang kausapin through email. So you need to give the highest form of respect. Kaya dapat professional tone. Kaya gamitin natin yung mga words like addressing the person with ma'am or sir. Do not just make use directly of their first name. Like for example, no, kasi may mga clients, no, like for example, mga foreigners, like Americans. Yung mga Americans, they prefer to be called on a first name basis. I work with a lot of Americans since 2011. Kahit ano pa yung edad nila, senior citizen man yan sila, they preferred to be called on a first name basis. Tayo kasi mga Filipinos, magagalang kasi tayo. We are always calling them sir or ma'am. And that's actually the right way. Pag first time mong makausap yung client, address that person with ma'am. And then hintayin mong sabihin niya na, wag mo na akong tawaging ma'am. Tawagin mo na lang akong Piper. So, hintayin mo na magbigay siya ng instruction. Kesa naman, gamitin mo yung first name niya kaagad. Like, hi Piper. Parang something like that. Hindi mo kasi alam yung ugali ng taong makakausap mo. Baka pala talaga siya, no? Gusto niya tawagin siya with higher respect, no? Kahit yung mga sales lady, salesperson sa mga malls, instead of calling them ate or kuya, why not address them with sir? Tingnan nyo, iba yung magiging parang approach nila. Kasi mafe-feel nila na parang they are respected eh. Excuse me ate, usually ganyan yung natin, no? Bakit ate yung nagamit mo? Kasi dahil ba salesperson lang siya or sales lady siya? That's why hindi mo siya tinawag na ma'am. Diba? So that's why pwede man, excuse me ma'ams, kunyari sa grocery, hinahanap mo ang kunyari naghahanap ka ng school supplies. Tapos may nakita kang sales lady, sinabi mo, excuse me ma'am, saan po dito ang school supplies section? Yan, so pwedeng ganon, no? Kesa again, ate or kuya. And in terms of doing business, kailangan professional tone talaga yung gagamitin natin. Like for example, kung alam mo naman yung pangalan din, like, kunyari ang pangalan niya Robert, like, Dear Mr. Robert, ganyan. Like, I hope this email finds you well. Walang katapusang ganyan yung ano, palaging simula ng email. I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to inquire about the status of the upcoming project. Yan. So at least yung ano mo, Dear Mr. Smith. So that's professional tone. Kaysa naman, or Dear Mr. Robert, Dear Mr. Antonio, or Dear Antonio versus Dear Mr. Antonio. So saan doon ang mas professional? Ngayon kung sabihin niya, just call me Tony. Oh, ang next email mo, Dear Tony. Oh, di ba? At least yun, at least nag-instruct siya na call me by that name. Maintain professional tone in all your emails. Grammar and spelling. Actually, it's self-explanatory, no? Maraming grammar checker na pwede nating gamitin bago natin i-send ang mga communication. Actually, ChatGPT can do it for you. Magbigay ka lang ng command prompt. Hindi mo na kailangan ng ng maraming mga grammar checker, spelling checker. Si ChatGPT can do it actually. Ang command prompt mo lang sa kanya, check grammar and spelling, and then copy-paste your content. Or in fact, pwede ka niya pang matulungan like, check grammar and improve. Tapos ilagay mo sa baba yung content na yon. Pag-press mo ng enter, ChatGPT will check the grammar, spelling, punctuation mark, i-improve pa niya para mas maging clear, para ma-achieve yung clarity. So you can make use of tools like that. Proper grammar, spelling, mga punctuation marks, importante kasi yan to maintain also your credibility in email communication. That's why before sending an email, you need to proofread. You need to make sure na walang spelling error or grammar errors. Professionalism then at the same time. And the last one is timely responses. And na-mention na natin to kanina, yung timeliness. No? So, timely response will demonstrate respect, no, for others' time. Kaya as much as possible within 24 to 48 hours, like 1 to 2 days, makapag-reply naman din kayo, no? Especially kapag you are talking or sending emails with clients. Tapos sa email mismo ninyo, sa email, kunyari may na-receive kayong email, kunyari yung proposal, na-receive niyo yung proposal, then you can actually reply, no, by acknowledging. Pwede mong sabihin thank you for your email, no, something like that. I will review the proposal and provide feedback by tomorrow afternoon. So nagbigay ka ng ng timeline. So na tomorrow afternoon, magbibigay siya ng feedback doon sa proposal na yun. Or magbigay ka ng date. I will review the document and provide feedback this Monday, April 22, 2024, and so on. Just give, kumbaga, a response kung kailan ini-expect ng sender yung magiging decision mo based on the content of the proposal. Okay, so there are other best practices pa na pwede nyo makonsider. And I'm sure some of you are already doing that one. So keep on doing it. No? Email etiquette, consider that one all of the time. Now, writing memos and reports. Sinabi natin kanina no, na kapag sinabi natin na ang memo, short messages lang ito. Samantalang ang reports, they are long. No, mga longer documents. So let's start by identifying some guide on writing memos. Tapos meron akong nilagay ng mga example, no, so that everyone will be guided as well. So first guide or first tip sa pag-create ng memo is to consider the format. So the format of your memo or the format guide of your memo will outline how to structure it. Paano mo ba i-structure ang memo in the context of clarity and professionalism? No? How are you going to make sure that important details are easily accessible sa mga magbabasa nito? No? So just like for example here, like date April 19, 2024 to all employees, then from, kung kanino siya manggagaling, then subject, new company policy implementation. So di ba, sa format pa lang ng memo, meron ng ano kaagad, parang structured na siya, di ba? Structured yung format mo. Tapos, clear yung subject. This is all about the new company policy implementation. Like, dear team, I am writing to inform you about the implementation of our new company policy regarding remote work. So, format. Start with a clear heading including the date, recipient, sender, and subject. Follow with concise paragraph, each addressing a specific point. So, kapag gagawa ng memo, follow a format. Tapos, kung meron na kayong format or template, pwede nyo yan siyang gawing you make a policy and procedure for that. At i-include niyo sa inyong manual na every time gagawa ng memo, dapat ganito ang format. So, pwede siyang i-implement as a company policy and procedure. The second guide or tip on writing memos is yung clarity. Actually, palaging na-mention yung clarity, no, na kailangan clear, no, clear lagi. Clarity will make sure that your memos are easy to understand kasi. Kailangan nyo lang i-emphasize yung yung mga important na mga key points. Ano ba yung mga actions na kailangang gawin? Usually dapat naka-bullet type. Kasi memo, short messages lang man siya. Hindi nyo naman kailangan mag-explain ng mahaba. Hindi na kailangan ilagay yung mga unnecessary details. Keep memos brief and to the point. You need to focus on key information or actions needed. Kaya use bullet points or numbered list for clarity if necessary. Like ito yung continuation ng memo. Like remote work policy effective immediately. All employees required to complete remote work training by May 15. Contact human resource for any questions or concerns. So clear, di ba? It's direct to the point. It's brief, no? Easy to understand. Kasi naka-indicate na lang yung mga key points and what actions needed regarding the memo that you are sending. The third guide, no, or tip on writing a memorandum is yung purpose. So dapat clear din yun. You need to clearly state the purpose of the memo, especially in the opening paragraph, to help the employees or whoever will read it na maintindihan yung relevance, yung importance sa simula pa lang. Dear team, I am pleased to announce the launch of our new employee wellness program designed to promote physical and mental health among our staff. So, di ba you are actually, kumbaga parang you are announcing a new activity na gagawin ng HR wellness team, no? So, sa simula pa lang ng letter, ng memo, on the first sentence pa lang, on the opening sentence or paragraph, clear na kaagad ang purpose. Kung bakit dinistribute, bakit ginawa, bakit dinistribute ang memo na yan. Audience, no? So you need to identify your audience preference. Na-mention na rin natin to kanina na pag-usapan natin. 'Di ba? Audience awareness na pag-usapan natin kanina. You need to tailor the tone and language of your memo to the audience na makakabasa para effective ang communication at magkaroon sila ng engagement. Meron tayong dalawang example dito no para yung internal at saka yung external, like, dear team, I wanted to inform you about the upcoming changes to our office hours. Tapos sa baba naman, external memo. Dear valued clients, we are excited to introduce our latest product offering designed to meet your evolving needs. So if you notice, no, yung tone and language of the memo, na tailor fit siya based on the audience na magbabasa. Kasi sa mga internal memos, more on informal tone kasi siya. Kasi nga, kumaga parang hindi siya ganun ka formal, no, ang format ng ating memo. Pero pag external kasi, it will require a more formal approach because you are dealing now with potential clients, no, with your existing clients. So that's why we need to give them full respect at maramdaman nila na binavalue sila. Okay? And the last one is yung tinatawag nating actionable na mga memos. So you need to clearly outline yung mga actions required. Ano ba yung kailangang gawin after yung ng makakabasa nito para ma-identify yung accountability, ma-facilitate natin yung prompt response from them. So you need to clearly outline yung actions na gagawin nila. Anong gagawin ng recipient? Pag nabasa niya na yun, anong sunod niyang gagawin? So like for example, nakalagay dito, wala ba akong sound? Can you please verify if wala akong sound? Pero upon checking on my Facebook Live, meron naman. Meron naman kasi merong isang nag-message na wala siyang sound. Baka sa end yung po yan, ma'am. Okay, going back. So again, actionable, no? So you need to clearly state ano ba yung gagawin nila kasi nga memo siya eh. Short message like nakalagay here. Please review the attached document outlining the new company policies and procedures. Submit feedback on the proposed budget by Friday, April 26. So yan yung gagawin na action ng recipient. So those are just some of the guide, no, or tips kung paano kayo mag-create ng inyong mga memos. Now this time, writing reports naman tayo. Pag sinabing reports, 'di ba? Magkaiba siya sa memo kasi mahahabang documents na 'to. Ilang pages din ang kailangan mong i-prepare. So the first step is consider the structure. If you are going to structure your report effectively, kung may proper structuring ka, it will make sure or it will guarantee that lahat ng information sa report mo organized and presented in a logical manner. So kapag yung mga information organized siya, na i-present mo in a logical manner, mas madali para sa mga reader na i-navigate. Mas madali ang report, mas madali para sa mga reader na maintindihan. Just like an example here na nasa right side ng presentation. So merong nakalagay diyan about like the title page, no? Like a study of customer satisfaction levels at XYZ Corporation, and then table of contents. Introduction, methodology, findings, analysis, conclusions, recommendations, references. So that's an example of creating a structure kapag gumagawa kayo ng report para again mas madaling i-navigate na i-present natin in a logical manner. Just like for example, ito sa presentation ko hindi nga ito report, no, pero 'di ba sa presentation ko, if you notice, no, somehow may structure siya like topic 1, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. Tapos topic 1, ito ang subtopics and so on. So structured yung ating structured ang presentation para ma-explain ko siya, ma-discuss ko siya on a logical manner din. Okay? And then another tip on writing your reports or creating your reports is to consider creating a good introduction. So introduction muna. Ang introduction kasi will set the stage for the report. Your introduction will provide background information. It will outline the purpose, it will outline the objectives, and so on. That's why you need to clearly state what the report aims to achieve and what the reader can expect to learn. Like, merong example sa baba, no? Introduction. This report aims to analyze customer satisfaction levels at XYZ Corporation with the goal of identifying areas for improvement and enhancing overall customer experience. So that's the aim. Yan yung aim na gustong ma-achieve ng report na yan. Tapos clear din naman nakalagay dyan kung ano ang ine-expect na matutunan ng mga reader. So, in writing a report, consider creating a good introduction. Third is methodology. Kung baga, you need to describe ano ba yung mga gagamitin ninyo to gather data. Kasi report ito, di ba? You are going to present data. So anong gagamitin yung methodology? Paano kayo mag-gather ng data? Or paano siya ginather? Kasi kailangan nyo ng data eh. Kailangan kasi meron kayong research. You need to conduct a research. Kasi yung gathered data and the conducted research will help establish kasi the credibility of the findings, di ba? Ibig sabihin, kumbaga parang valid yung information na pinipresent ninyo because you did some research, you collected data, and so on. Just like, for example, nakalagay dito, methodology data for this report was collected through a combination of online surveys and in-person interviews with customers. So yun yung methodology na in-identify nila. A total of 500 respondents were surveyed, representing a diverse range of demographics and purchasing behaviors. So you need to describe the methods that you used in gathering the data or in terms of conducting a research. And then, of course, present the main findings of the report in a clear and organized manner. So findings. Clear and organized manner dapat para yung mga readers madaling maintindihan ano ba yung mga key insights na derive from the data collected, from the output of the research. You can make use of tables, charts, or graphs para ma-illustrate yung mga key points na yon or yung mga key insights na yon. Like for example, nakalagay dito sa baba, 80% of surveyed customers reported being satisfied with the quality of products. 60% expressed dissatisfaction with the responsiveness of customer service representatives. So part of your report, if you are creating one for your business, is to present the main findings of the report in a clear and organized manner. Next one is analysis, no? So syempre you need to analyze the finding. Kasi may finding ka na, sabi mo kanina 80%, 'di ba, of surveyed customers, 60% of 60% of customers express dissatisfaction. And then another guide on writing reports is the analysis. You need to analyze the findings and explain their significance. Kumbaga, yung mga significance na yun will provide insights kasi na makakatulong to answer some of your questions. Yung analysis ninyo makakatulong para makakreate ng isang informed decision. Interpret the findings and explain their significance in relation to the report's objectives, no? Providing insights that help answer any research questions posed. Like, for example, analysis. The high satisfaction levels with product quality indicate that XYZ Corporation is meeting customer expectations in this area. Pero dahil, di ba, meron kayong, yung result natin kanina, 60% dissatisfied. So nakalagay sa second sentence, this is the analysis. However, the low satisfaction with customer service responsiveness suggests a need. So 'di ba parang merong makaka-come up kayo ng informed decision making, a need for improvement in this aspect of the business. And because of your analysis, if that's your analysis, no, if that's the interpretation of the findings, kung kailangan ng improvement in terms of customer service responsiveness, then the human resource training and development team can design a training program to solve this particular finding. And then conclusion, no? Siyempre kailangan yan. Pinaka-conclusion. This is the summarize, no? You need to summarize the main points at saka yung conclusions na nagawa ninyo from your analysis para mas ma-reinforce niya yung significance ng findings ninyo sa actual application. Like for example, overall, the findings of this report highlight both strengths and areas for improvement in customer satisfaction at XYZ Corporation. Addressing issues related to customer service responsiveness is crucial for enhancing overall customer experience and loyalty. So, conclusion, you need to summarize. Summarize only the main points and draw some contents from the analysis that you conducted para again ma-identify yung significance ng report. And do some recommendation. Actually, kapag nagkakandak kami ng report, no, or yung tinatawag naming audit report, like for example, sa marketing, kasi di ba I am a marketing practitioner, bago kami mag-create ng marketing plan sa isang client, kailangan muna naming mag-conduct ng audit, marketing audit. After doing the marketing audit, a part of the marketing audit, naglalagay talaga kami ng recommendations. Kasi sa mga recommendations na ilalagay namin doon sa audit report, yun ang gagamitin namin para makapag-create kami ng marketing plan. Kasi yun ang recommendation. At kunyari, ang sa audit namin, ang finding namin sa audit, mababa ang page reach at saka ang page visit. If kunyari yan ang namin finding. Tapos yung recommendation namin para tumaas, kailangan mag-blog commenting, ganyan, Facebook group commenting and so on, ganon. So those are our recommendations. At tapos kung okay kay client, yun ang gagawin naming plan. So kagaya dito sa sample natin, no, eto yung mga recommendations nung team na gumawa ng report. Kailangan daw mag-implement ng additional training for customer service to improve responsiveness. Develop a system for monitoring and addressing customer feedback in a timely manner. And for the last one, as part of your report, always put the references, the sources na ginamit mo when you are gathering the data or conducting the result. At the end part of your report, kailangan ninyong ilista ang mga sources na nagamit niyo for your report para mas maging credible, no? Kumaga parang yung reader, mas ma-verify niya ang accuracy of the information that you presented. Kasi kung nilagay mo dyan, kung saan galing ang source, pwede niyang i-double check kung totoo ba talaga yung sinabi mo. Kapag nilagay mo na ang resources, yung references at the end of your report, mas madaling malocate ng reader yung additional resources if needed. Kunyari, kailangan nila ng additional inputs on that, dahil nilagay mo ang references, madali na lang nilang mahahanap. And that's part and consideration of creating your report. Okay? We still have like 8 minutes, no? So let's continue quickly, no? Crafting effective presentations. So the first one, paano ba gumawa, no, ng effective na anong tawag dyan, na presentation. So you need to know your audience. Kailangan, ito na-discuss na din natin kanina, audience awareness, di ba? You need to understand yung needs nila, yung interest nila, yung level of their knowledge, competencies. Kasi kung naiintindihan mo yun, it will allow you to tailor your presentation to resonate with them. And in order for them na maging engaged all throughout your presentation. That's what we meant of knowing your audience. Second is to have a clear structure. So parang kagaya sa isang report na meron dapat kayong sinusunod na organized, no, na structure. A well-organized structure kasi will help your audience na masundan yung flow of presentation. At kapag nasundan ng audience ninyo ang flow of the presentation, it is easier for them to understand what you are talking about at mas ma-retain ang information. Kaya pwedeng gumamit ng mga headings, subheadings, mga bullet points, numbered list, no, mga visual aids para mas mag-guide sila all throughout the content. Third is engaging delivery. So you need to deliver your presentation in an engaging manner for you to captivate your audience attention. At para din, yung content na sinishare ninyo, mas magiging memorable or parang mas matandaan nila. Kaya nga isa sa pwedeng sa pwede ninyong gawin kapag nagde-deliver kayo ng presentation is to give mga examples, magbigay kayo ng mga scenarios kung paano i-integrate yung discussion na yan para mas madaling maintindihan. Minsan kasi kapag babasahin natin ang definition, hindi natin kaagad naiintindihan, di ba? But if you are going to provide an example, a scenario, mas naiintindihan ng audience ninyo yon. Kapag face-to-face yan, face-to-face ang event, kailangan talaga, engaging, kumbaga parang yung boses mo, yung facial expression mo, yung dapat mag-maintain ng eye contact, the gestures, para lang makot yung attention nila ba, ma-maintain ang engagement from your audience. Research, no? Rehearse and prepare. Ako minsan nagre-rehearse ako by reading the content. Kumbaga parang hindi naman ako nagre-rehearse, pero alam niyo kasi how many years na rin akong nagre-resource speaker, 'di ba? Plus the topics that I am also sharing, yung medyo confident naman din ako na kaya kong mag-share ng inputs. Kaya hindi na talaga ako totally nagre-rehearse. Pero alam nyo, to share this story, no, like when I am still starting na maging isang resource speaker, I am always rehearsing talaga. And it is true to talk in front of a camera tuloy, of a mirror, no? Ginawa ko yan noon way back 2015. My first speaking engagement, yung in-invite talaga ako na mag-resource speaker, it was DTI, no? 2015 yon. That's my first speaking engagement. Pero nagte-train na ako. I am a trainer sa aming training center kasi nagte-train ako ng mga future virtual assistants, di ba? Tapos na-discover kasi kami ng DTI and DTI invited me to be a resource speaker. And that's the first time to do it externally. And I can still remember talaga na ilang days kong pinaghandaan ang presentation, nag-research talaga ako. Siguro kasi baguhan din ako sa industry. I mean, 2014 when I started the company, di ba? And then after 1 year, may speaking engagement ako. Kaya hindi pa ako ganun ka knowledgeable about the outsourcing industry. So nag-research, nag-practice talaga ako. And I prepared for that, no? Ang dress, ang susuotin kong damit, because that's my first. At alam nyo ba, tapos ang yon, sa conference room lang ng DTI yun, siguro mga nasa 30, small audience lang. That's my first engagement. Alam nyo, ang second invitation ko, big event na kaagad. And it was held here sa Davao City, SMX Convention Center yun, like thousands of people from different countries kasi it's a national event of the Department of ICT. And I am given the task to talk about the future of being a virtual assistant. That's the first, no, na big event na pinaghandaan ko talaga ng weeks. Kasi I am only given 20 minutes to talk. Ano ang sasabihin ko? Ano ang magiging structure ko? And then from there, doon na nag-lead for me to become a resource speaker at naging ko siya. Kumbaga parang naging source of income na din. That's why I'm doing this for the past 10 years already din. Ngayon, nagpe-prepare din naman ako ng topic i-discuss pero hindi na ganun kadami. Hindi na ganun talaga like the topics for today, kahapon ko lang siya na-prepare, no, at ni-review and so on. Storytelling. Ayan yung i-mention ko kanina sa inyo na dapat if you want to have an engaging delivery, you need to tell story. Kumbaga you need, para siyang narration, no? Narrative technique siya to deliver the message that you want to deliver na makarelate yung mga audience, no? Because if you're going to tell story, it will be easier for the audience to connect with you and remember the information. Now, let's just make quick na lang, parang walkthrough na lang with a bit of an explanation for the benefit of time. The third topic is all about strategies for improving your writing skills, no? Like the first one is avoiding common mistakes in business writing. Siyempre, may mga pagkakamali tayo na dapat iwasan yon and i-identify natin mamaya. Second subtopic, ano yung mga techniques na pwedeng gawin for clarity and conciseness? Eto, di ba palagi nating na-mention kasi yung clarity and conciseness, wag na lang natin masyadong i-further discuss for the benefit of time. And then last, using active voice and powerful language, i-discuss natin ang content. So eto yung mga mistakes na kailangan nating i-avoid, no? Avoid common mistakes in writing, business communication, lack of clarity. No, that's the first one. So when you're writing contents tapos hindi masyado clear, no, kung may lack of clarity, your message is not clear. Your message is not easy to understand. Mangyayari ito or nangyayari ang lack of clarity every time that you are using complicated words. Every time that you are using mga technical terms or yung mga vague na mga phrases na nako-confuse ang mga readers. Kaya iwasan yung mga jargon and technical terms unless necessary talaga. So like for example, no, instead of saying na, kunyari, the utilization of comprehensive methodologies in conjunction with innovative paradigm. May talim pa paradigm ka pa, no? Will facilitate the optimization of synergistic, ang lalim, synergistic endeavors. So masyadong malalim yun, kaya nawawala ng clarity. Na pwede mo naman sanang sabihin, using effective methods with new ideas helps us work better together. So avoid this particular mistake. Huwag mo masyadong ipa-OA yung content natin kasi baka hindi nga maintindihan. Poor grammar and spelling. So mga grammatical errors, mga typo errors, spelling mistakes. Minsan kasi na nababawasan yung credibility, no? Professionalism. Poor grammar and spelling mistake can make your writing look unprofessional. It will undermine your credibility. So, usually, nangyayari ito kapag mali yung verb form na ginamit, mga misspelled words, yung mga punctuation mistakes. Kaya proofread your writing carefully, no, bago i-send. Lack of structure. So, na-explain natin yung structure kanina. Mas maganda kapag may sinusunod na framework para organize ang mga information at ma-represent in a logical manner. So before you start writing, i-outline ang mga main points you want to cover. Kaya ako, bago ako gumagawa ng presentation, mag-outline man yan ako. Topic 1, ano yung pwede kong i-discuss? Topic 2. So, para maiwasan, you need to outline the main points you want to cover. Inappropriate tone. Siyempre, pinag-uusapan na natin kanina yung professional tone, di ba? In terms of creating your contents. Kasi dapat yung tone, no, na gagamitin nyo, dapat magmamatch sa audience. Kasi kung hindi magmamatch yung level ng tone ninyo, baka magkaroon ng ang audience mas maka-feel sila ng, kumbaga maging uncomfortable sila or ma-misunderstood tayo. That's why you need to consider the audience and purpose of your writing and adjust your tone accordingly. And then failure to adapt. Meaning to say you are not adjusting your writing style to fit the situation or to fit your audience. So that kaya ang mangyayari, if you are not going to adopt, magkakaroon ng miscommunication or walang connection na mangyayari with your readers. That's why you need to tailor your writing to the specific needs and preferences of your audience. Babalik tayo sa sinabi ko kaninang audience awareness. Techniques for clarity and conciseness. Basahin na lang natin yung important points, no? So you need to outline your ideas. You need to use plain language. You need to be specific and concrete. Kailangang i-cut yung mga unnecessary words para mas streamline yung writing ninyo and get to the point more quickly. Kasi minsan ang sinasabi natin, di ba, like for example, at this point in time, di ba, we are not able to proceed. Something like that, no? Pwede mo lang sabihin na, we cannot proceed at this time. Meron pa kasing at this point in time. So you need to cut unnecessary words for clarity and conciseness. Use active voice. Kasi ang active voice will make your writing more direct and engaging, no? Avoid redundancy. So, i-eliminate yung mga repetitive words or yung mga unnecessary words in your writing. So, like for example, the new innovation is completely unique and one of a kind. So, pwede naman tanggalin yung salitang completely, di ba? The new innovation is completely unique. Pwede naman sabihin, the new innovation is unique and one of a kind, di ba? So, avoid redundancy. Now, for the last subtopic, konting extension lang, no, using active voice and powerful language in writing your business communication. Active voice, ang ibig sabihin nito na, syempre, instead na gagamit ka ng passive, active, yun lang naman yung opposite niya eh. Active voice, no, is a grammatical construction wherein the subject of the sentence, siya mismo yung parang magpe-perform ng action na in-express mo. Kung ano yung ginamit mo na verb, parang siya yung gagamitin mo. Parang ganyan. Instead, for example, instead of the report was written by the team, say the team wrote the report. No? So active voice. This helps clarify who is performing the action, making your writing more concise and dynamic. Kumbaga, the cake was baked by Sarah. So, mas magandang gamitin na Sarah baked the cake. Diba? Cut unnecessary words. And powerful language. Always make use of powerful language, no? You need to select words that are precise and impactful. Palitan nyo yung mga weak language with a powerful. Kunyari, the product is good. So why not say the product excels in quality and performance? This adds depth and conviction to your writing. Instead of saying, the food was okay, pwede mong sabihin na, the food was delectable. Pero minsan kasi masyadong malalim din yung vocabulary. Again, it depends on the audience or kung sino yung kinakausap mo. The presentation was fine. So why not say powerful language, the presentation was inspiring. Okay, so actually that's the last. So medyo mabilis na lang tayo with that. Pero na-discuss ko naman din kanina, di ba? Kaya parang pabalik-balik na lang siya. Okay, ang presentation, makukuha nyo ito doon sa Google Sheet ng aming schedule. Okay? So with that guys, bago ako mag-end ng webinar, I would like to give an instruction. Wala na tayong wala na tayong attendance sheet. Wala na tayong attendance, okay? No attendance sheet. Bale, if you already registered, kung nakapag-registered na kayo sa Google form, dapat clear ito, dapat clarity. If you registered already on the Google form na chinat ko dito sa Zoom, pati ilalagay ko na comment sa Facebook live streaming, kung naka-fill up na kayo dyan, tapos nag-avail kayo ng certificate, wag na kayong mag-fill up again. Okay? If you filled up, if you registered, tapos nag-avail ka ng certificate, nag-upload ka ng GCash payment, wag na kayong mag-fill up. Kasi automatic mabibigyan kayo ng certificate niyan. Next instruction, kung sakaling nag-register kayo pero nag-no kayo nung una, nag-no sa certificate, pero gusto ninyong mag-avail ngayon, all you need to do is to edit your responses. Edit your responses. Third, kung ngayon lang kayo nag-join, hindi kayo naka-register, pero nakapanood kayo ngayon ng live sa FB o nagpasok kayo sa Zoom kasi binigay ng friend nyo ang login details, kailangan yung mag-fill up kasi wala pa kaming record ninyo. Kasi gumagamit kasi kami ng formula in generating the list of individuals na gagawaan ng certificate. Your certificate will be distributed later this afternoon, mga late afternoon na, pero within the day, we will distribute the certificate of participation sa lahat ng mga nag-register sa form na yan. So with that, guys, 8 minutes overtime na tayo. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga present ngayong umagang ito. Thank you for joining. I hope to see you again sa aming next webinar, which is actually scheduled tomorrow. Just check our schedule. Maraming sa lahat. Just wait for our email this afternoon for your certificate. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy the rest of today. I am just going to play a video, no? This will be the last video that I am going to play just to give time to those who are still going to register to the form. Goodbye, everyone, and see you soon again.
Let's all welcome Miss Piper Rabwang.
The road to success is not easy to navigate. Yan yung lagi kong sinasabi sa mga participants. But, number 1, with persistent hard work. Number 2, well-founded drive. And number 3, unwavering passion. It is very promising to achieve your dreams.
Things that you might be considering would be the cost. It's part of your capital outlay. Learning is always part of your capital outlay. Let me leave this thought to you right now. If education or improving is really expensive, please don't forget this. Try ignorance. You will never go from there.
Attending events like this is very important because you will continue to grow, you know. In a case like this, who among us are actually gaining more? The speaker sharing or you guys? You guys. So always attending mga events like this would really help you out.
Your future is created by what you do today. Not by tomorrow, not by yesterday. So as much as possible, work hard. It's not na parang magic siya, na parang pag once gawin mo siya, pag pumasok ka sa freelancing o naging entrepreneur ka, everything will be good. No, it has a lot of hard work.
Personally, I'm encouraging everyone. So you get the benefit of how other online e-commerce, Filipino e-commerce people are also earning. I encourage you to use Payoneer because the savings, you get to go to Singapore. Click on refer a friend, and then when your friend earns $1,000 in Payoneer, both you and your friend get $25. Easy as that.
We connect 500 airports globally in 22 major hubs. So we serve more than 220 countries. There's only 12 countries that we don't serve. We serve North Korea. So baka lang may mag-order, kaya namin siya padala doon. Okay?